everyone, and welcome to our second video on linear number patterns or arithmetic sequences. Before we dive into the question, I just want to remind you that, guys, in this video we are using this formula. Tn is equal to an plus b. But I did say that some of you, your teachers, could be using, excuse me, could be using this formula here. Cn is equals to a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d, right? If your teacher is using this one, please let me know so that I can do videos using this formula, because most schools use this formula when they're in grade 12. Okay, but in this video we are going to be using this formula that I have highlighted here. So yeah, I'll just wrap this so that you guys are not confused. Okay, let's get to our question and see how we can just answer the question. Question 3, which says, given the linear number patterns 8, 8, 3, and -2 going forward. And they say that write down the next two terms of the pattern. So for us to answer 3.1.1, we need to analyze what is happening with our pattern. Is there a certain rule, or are we adding or subtracting, or are we multiplying the previous term to get the next term? Okay, so if we look at 8, for us to move from 8 to 3, we subtracted 5, right? So -5. 3 to -2, that was again a -5, meaning with the next term we'd say -2 minus 5, and we get a -7, and -7 minus 5, and then we would get a -12, right? Okay, so with 2.1.1 you can just answer and say -7, then -12, then you get your 2 marks, guys. 3.1.2, it says that determine the nth term. Determine the nth term. So in our previous video, I said that when they say the nth term, they mean the general term, right? General term, or what we are calling the formula or the rule, right? So sometimes they can say determine the general term, or they can say determine the nth term of the pattern. So for this one, since we are using this formula that we have right here, you can just rewrite the formula before you start taking the equation. an plus b. Now explain again. I said that Tn is the value, a is our common difference, n is the position or the term number. Then b, we have, this is a constant value. It's a constant value that is actually part of the rule, right? So I'll show you how we get a. Please, I'm writing the notes in pink. For us to get a, we know that a is the common difference, right? Common difference. It means that it's common between all the terms. So with a, we can just say a is equals to t2 minus t1, which is equals to t3 minus t2, which is equals to t4 minus t3. Da 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 da. Okay. Then b, we will say that the first term minus a. That's how we can get b. Okay. But there is another way, as I mentioned in the previous video, there is another way, and I will show you that as we do the question. So for this one, we can see that the common difference that we're having a as -5. So our 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 nth term will now be negative 5n plus b. But instead, we have a way of finding b, right? So if we were to say b is equals to t1 minus a, we're going to have 8 minus 5. Then we know that this was going to be 8 plus 5, which would be 13. So now our general term is just negative 5n plus 13. Okay? We can just say, therefore, the Tn or the nth term of this number pattern is negative 5n plus 13. Okay? Now, let me show you another way of calculating the v. And I'm writing that in a purple pen. Yes. So you would have your Tn because now we know the value of a. So you can just have Tn is equals to negative 5n plus b. Then you will go to your number pattern and you choose any number that you want to substitute. So let's say that we are choosing 3. If we choose 3, notice that 3 is the value which we say you will substitute it where there is Tn, and T1, T2, T3, and 3 is on term number 2, meaning where there is n in the formula, you're going to substitute 2, okay? So we'll substitute 3 here and say equals to negative 5 multiplied by 2 plus b, okay? Then b will be equals to 3 plus 10. You notice that negative 5 times 2 will give us a negative 10. If we move the negative 10 to the other side, it would be plus 10. Then b is equals to 13. Therefore, our nth term will have the general term of Tn is equals to negative 5n plus 13. Okay? Now, let's go to the next question, which is 3.1.3. Let's scroll a bit so we can have space. Yes. 3.1.3 says, calculate T30, the 30th term of the pattern. If you see something like this, it means that we're looking for the value. So we want the value, the Tn. Then the 30th term, that means that n is equals to 30. N is equals to 30. What we're looking for in this question is T30. That's what we are looking for. So 3.1.3, 3.1.3, that's T30 is equals to negative 5n plus 13. Okay, guys, know that when you're not substituting these, you can just start by substituting these general term here to give you a guide. And we're looking for T30, so we'll say T30 is equal to negative 5, and we know that where there is n, we substitute 30 plus 13, okay? And then we would say negative 15 to 30 is equals to negative 5 times 30, which will give you a negative 150 plus 13. A little bit plus 13, and then you'd get negative 137. So you can simply say, therefore, T30 is equals to negative 137. Let's go to our last question. Okay. Our last question says, which term of the pattern is equal to negative 492? If you see which term, that means that this question is looking for n. because we already have the value, right? This is like where there is Tn, you substitute the value that we have. I'm writing 3.1.4 here. 3.1.4, we copy the formula, which is equal to negative 5n plus 13. Where there is Tn, you substitute negative 492 is equal to negative 5. We are looking for n plus 13. So now we group the like terms. So we're going to take 13 to the other side. It will be negative 492 minus 13, which is equals to 5n. Oh, my bad, negative 5n. Okay? And we would get 505 negative 505, which is equal to negative 5n. Then we're going to divide both sides by negative 5, by negative 5, negative 5, and then we'd have 101, which is equals to n. So you can say that then you can say therefore n is equals to 101. Okay, then you'd get your 2 marks just like that. Thank you for watching, guys. Please watch out for more videos from us.